Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. We made it. Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. You got your boy here, Dr. Cush. We are in a precipice moment. A lot of times we will do absolute classics on Monday. Sometimes we will do Tiki Tuesday on Tuesday. Most often we will. This week we want to do a Tiki situation on Monday. So what do we do? Well, we went through and we looked for non-Tiki cocktails that are also classics, and we found one. Whew, we found one. We're gonna be making a cocktail called the Goombay Smash. This was created by a woman named Emily Cooper at the Blue Bee Bar. It's a fun one. The Blue Bee Bar down in the Bahamas, became the national drink of the Bahamas. The only problem with this, and it's an issue. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. All right, I'm gonna sit you down, have a real adult conversation with you. It's a secret recipe. Okay, well, crap, how are we gonna do this? Well, we're gonna take the best known knowledge. We're gonna try and recreate something that tastes nice. And then eventually, all the Cushies, we're gonna get onto a boat. We're gonna do the Cush cruise, and we're gonna go down to the Bahamas, and we are all gonna go to the Blue Bee Bar. Miss Emily created Emily Cooper, Miss Emily. She does not, she's passed on at this point. So we're gonna have to ask her niece, her daughter. We're gonna have to find somebody in the family to figure out the exact recipe. But in the meanwhile, we're gonna take our best guess. So that's what we're doing today. We're taking a best guess at a national cocktail of the Bahamas called the Goombay Smash. Technically not a smash, but that's all right. That's okay. We'll get over it. It's a good name for a cocktail. Let me say hello to the people. First of all, Dr. Cush's Exotic Drink says congratulations to all the participants in the first ever Dr. Cush's Exotic Cocktail Draft. I had an absolute blast doing that. We every once in a while, I feel like maybe, you know, I'm just doing the show all the time. We're gonna get bored with this, so I like to throw in one of those fun ones, and that one was inspiring. I really enjoyed that you guys all played along. I love seeing that you guys came in with your own ideas, your own thoughts. Could I have explained the rules a little better? I could have done that. I didn't get in this to do tech, to do audio, or to explain rules. So I am learning right along with you guys. But for the next draft, I think we'll probably do more of those in the year. I just think it's a fun sort of type of cocktail class. And also, since I do continue to call this a class, even though my producer and Kyle both say, call it a show, you dork. Don't call it a class anymore. People don't like classes. People like shows. All right. It's kind of like a test. It's almost like a test for a show. Shows have tests. Anyway, thank you to everybody that participated, and I really appreciate it. And thank you to my brother for joining in and giving me color commentary. Here's one of our participants. This is Tiki Tom. Came in with an absolute banger. I mean, honestly, was trying to circumvent all the rules, all the normal conventions. Tried to sneak an orange whip past us, but just ran out of time. And that was probably a little bit my fault, not explaining exactly what I meant by you have to draft ice and glassware. But Tiki Tom, congratulations. I thought that was great. Good evening to Shawnee P. He is here ready to go. We got winner of the 2023 Cush Tucky Derby. Found out you were out of ice. DC Debbie Clark gonna have to add water to her cocktail and hope upon hope that she adds enough. Are we building this with crushed? Building this one on crushed ice tonight? No, we're going to be doing a normal cocktail. We're gonna be shaking it. We'll pour it over some crushed ice, but we're not building it on crushed ice. I'm sure that that's probably how the normal cocktail goes. Maybe build on crushed ice. We don't ever build on crushed ice. That seems insane. Let's see. I live in the north of Indianapolis, and there are too dang many people in here. My goodness. Tiki Tom, Sounds like an issue. I'm having a bit of an allergy issue tonight. If you guys notice that I'm just sort of staring off into the middle distance for a second, it's because I think my nose might explode at some point. Tiki Court is here. Good to see you, Tiki Court. Always a pleasure to have you. BGB The Bun is ready to go. Our resident Gator, UF Mark, well done. Happy Sober Monday to you as well, Paul. Well done, buddy. You are holding it down for all the sober people out here. Aloha from Dougie G. Excited to see Dougie G at some point be part of the cocktail draft. I think Dougie G would bring an interesting flair to that. Forlorn Hope is here. Cheers to you. The Enchanting Innovations. That is Matt, who created Ernie, one of the mascots of the bar. Thank you, Matt, for showing up. He's watching over on Instagram. If you're also watching on Instagram and want to talk to me, I can see the whole thing. Kyle says it is a show, not a class. What did I say? Did I say Ernie? I feel like I said Ernie. Maybe I didn't say Ernie. Sometimes Kyle just yells things. I think he's trying to explain something to me, but he's not. Cocktail Lulu, Aloha. They are over at the International Marketplace where it all started. That is a ton of fun. Love that. Let's get into this. Miss Emily Cooper was a bartender. Now, this might give some hope to some of you. Miss Emily Cooper was a bartender in a tropical place. That tropical place grew what? Pineapples. What was the issue then? Why am I even bringing this up? Miss Emily Cooper, just Miss Emily to everybody that knew her, was allergic to pineapples. But how was she going to make a cocktail using all the natural resources if she's allergic to pineapples? Well, I will tell you, free drinks. If you give free drinks to people, say, hey, taste a little bit of this, tell me what you think, you're going to get a response. You're going to get feedback. And at the end, people will be drunk, so they'll give you better feedback. So you probably have to do it again. That usually is how that works. Harry Yee was a great bartender, didn't drink, gave out free drinks. Hey, taste this, tell me what you think of it. Let's learn how to do it. In the end, Miss Emily apparently created a fabulous cocktail that we are not going to be able to recreate today because it is a completely secretive recipe. It's a family recipe. So we're going to try our very best with best available knowledge to create something close to a Goombay Smash. I keep wanting to call it punch. They don't call it punch. It's a smash. It's very punchy. We're going to go ahead and try and recreate something like that. If you guys have any recommendations, you can guys make this at home, taste it, and you decide, you know, I think I could have used this. Well, you know where to find me. Dr. Cush's Exotic After Hours on Facebook. This right here, pretty empty. This is going to be our business. Kyle, as long as you don't hit on Smokin' Joe. That's a good point. Smokin' Joe is claimed there, Kyle, so don't worry about that. Okay, let's get into it. We need to start off. We're gonna start off with our cheapest ingredients first. This is basically, I think at some point these are gonna become the most expensive ingredient on the list. This is from my very own tree named Tito. If he doesn't start producing more limes quickly, I don't know what we're gonna do with Tito because he's being a little slow about this. We need 1/3 of an ounce of our lime juice here. So we are going to try with our little Tito lime. Oh, there's a little juice right there. All right, Tito. Maybe he's not holding out on us. We tried to use some Tito limes this week. They didn't work out as well as I wanted them to. They were pretty good, but they weren't as fruitful as as juiciful as I wanted them to. So we're gonna go ahead and squeeze these in. This is coming from the Caribbean, so we are gonna take Constante Ribialagua Vert's advice, and we're gonna go ahead and just squeeze in this lime, and then we are going to drop in the rest of it. It's only 1/3 of an ounce, so I'm gonna keep a couple pieces right there for us. We also need orange juice. How much orange juice? Lots and lots of oranges. We need a full ounce of orange juice. So this is one of Kyle's oranges. Let's see how Kyle's oranges did. Pretty juicy. You guys are feel free to congratulate Kyle on his very juicy orange, or ignore it. I usually ignore it. but you guys can certainly, you know, congratulate Kyle on whatever you guys want to congratulate Kyle on. People seem to like Kyle at this point more than the rest of us. Let's go ahead and put in 1 full ounce of some orange juice. Kyle, do you think we can get it done in 1 squeeze, or do you think we're going to need both sides to get a full ounce of orange juice? Let's test it out. Kyle, say your little orange prayer. Oh my goodness, Kyle. Oh my goodness, Kyle. Wow. I did it in less than half of an ounce, or less than half of an orange. I got a full ounce of orange juice in less than half of an orange. Well, I don't know what to do with this. Kyle, do you want to, I'm going to put this right here, otherwise I'm going to forget about it. Kyle, I got a whole half of an orange if you want it. Come in and grab your orange, or let it be there. We're going to go ahead and put in 1 full ounce of some OJ. Excellent. Ooh, smells good too. Boy, that is a lovely little scent we got there. Okay, now, this was the issue with this cocktail. We know from people that have had this drink, from people that have reported on this drink, from people that have tried to dissect this drink, we know a couple things. We know that there is definitely some pineapple juice in there, which is odd because of the allergy that Miss Emily had. However, she wasn't getting rid of that. Part of the whole ecosystem. She wants that pineapple juice in here. And how much does she want it in there? We're going to take a guess. We're going to say she wanted 1.5 ounces, because this is a pretty pineapple-y drink. So go ahead. This is fresh squeezed pineapple juice. I have fortified it a little bit. We're not going through as many ingredients recently. Give this a little wipey wipe here. We're not going through as many ingredients as we used to at the bar for some reason. I think we're maybe just drinking a little less at the bar than recent. So we are fortifying all of our juices. So if you see me just drinking straight from this, know that I have not given up on you guys. I am still having some drinks. Fortified pineapple juice technically counts as a drink. All right. Controversial. It's a controversial ingredient because it's very difficult to tell ever what somebody's talking about when they are talking about different types of brandy, right? Brandy just means, let's do the whole etymology, right? Brandy comes from the German Brüntwein, which means burnt wine. Now, are they actually burning the wine? No. What are they doing? They're distilling the wine. They're taking fruit, they're making it, basically party with some yeasts. The yeasts get in there, chomp, 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 fart, 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 and you get all the ethanol. And then in order to separate that ethanol out from everything else, you're going to heat it up. So you're going to burn it. You're going to burn it under Brünnwein. However, because of some misunderstandings along the way, everything became a brandy, right? A neutral grain spirit flavored with some stuff, that becomes a brandy. Brandy suddenly has to have a sugar in it in order for it to be, that becomes a liqueur type style above brandy. We don't know, all right? People are calling for brandy. I'm going to take my very best guess on what they mean by brandy. I don't think that they mean an eau de vie. I don't think that they mean an unaged brandy-based liqueur, apricot-based liqueur that comes out with no age, comes out nice and clear. I don't think they mean that, all right? I have that. I don't think they mean that. I think they're talking more about something like this guy. Now, this is our Hiram Walker. I believe this bottle might be older than I am. We don't do a lot of Hiram Walker on the show. This is a apricot flavored brandy. I don't know what we gotta get a Hiram Walker person on here at some point. It smells like brandy. It smells like apricot. Yeah, just does it give you any indication of what's going on in here? How they're making it? It doesn't. All right. Well, it tells you how to make a great apricot sour. What you want is a big bottle or a big burst of apricot flavor, not necessarily the fortification that using an O to V would give you. I think this is what we're talking about. If it's wrong, we'll make this again at some other point. We're going to go ahead and put in, not a lot, we just need a little bit of flavoring here. We're going to go ahead and put in a half an ounce of some apricot flavored brandy. There we go. Excellent. Dougie G has gone on a little adventure, and he took along pseudo juice with him. Good for you, Doug. I think that's dedication, psychotic dedication, outrageous dedication. It's one of those three. You're right in there. Okay, we're making this. We're basically following a punch. At this point, we think about maybe the ice that we're going to be putting in here as some of the week, but also the pineapple as some of the week. We're talking about flavoring it with different things, with the brandy, et cetera, sweetening it with a little bit of the pineapple juice as well. We're going to go ahead and split our rum base right down the middle. We want to find something that has some coconut in it. If you don't have coconut rum, I understand. I get it. All right. Yes. Eau de vie, E-A-U de vie. It means, and I do know this, it means water of life. And if you look around a lot of different languages, you will find water of life. In fact, that's what whiskey, uska, water of life. It's Gaelic for one of those languages. It means water of life. The water of life, it's what kept us alive. The alcohol was so important to human development that we literally called, there's water, that's water of death, water of poop in your pants. You know, you get the dysentery from drinking the water. You know, you don't want to live that life. You're living that good life when you're drinking the eau de vie. That's what I'm saying. We're going to go ahead and take it some coconut rum. Oh, if you don't have coconut rum, I get it. Totally understand. Find a white rum and then put a little bit of coconut water into it just until you start to taste the coconut so it mixes well, and then use an ounce of that. So this one is coming in at 40%, 80 proof. So if you are adding coconut water to rum, you're going to lower the proof on that. Deal with it. Find a way to add more liquid in there, or we don't know. Miss Emily wouldn't tell us the recipe, so we got to guess at this. We're going to go ahead and throw in 1 full ounce of our coconut rum. This Kahlua rum, I don't know if you guys have ever tried it. Pretty gosh darn good. They do good work. There for a long time, there wasn't a lot, or in fact, there probably weren't any at all. Overproof, or at least normal proof coconut rums. Everything would be they would follow the route of Malibu, right? Malibu currently, I don't know if they still are, but at least for a little bit they were in an argument with the law about whether or not they can call their stuff rum, or are they more just a flavored liqueur? It's tough to tell. But now there are rums that are hitting that mark and also flavoring with coconut. I think the Kahlua guys do a really good job. There's a couple other ones. I know the Plants Array guys do one. It's got a fun, I think it's called the Shipwreck something. I don't know what it's called. We're going to go ahead and throw some Jamaican rum. Not just any Jamaican rum will do. If you don't have Jamaican rum, something that's got some funk to it, then I would recommend getting deeper into your Martinique rums, something where the rum is going to stand out. We want that rum to have the flavor. I got to take a guess and say that Miss Emily was using some Bahamian rum. Got to be some Bahamian rum. We are instead going to go ahead and do a Jamaican rum, 1 full ounce of that. There we go. William was asking about Mr. Boston's apricot brandy. Listen, I've never had a chance. I know that here. Do I have a book right here? Yeah. We got the old Mr. Boston's right here. You guys have ever seen an old Mr. Boston's book? This is an older one. This one comes from like the 30s, maybe? 40s. This one came from the 1940s. Right here. Mr. Boston's book is it's a great cocktail book. Tons of stuff. I mean, literally, these are all just recipes, like all old recipes. But why did they sell, or why did they even put these together? It's because Mr. Boston's was a producer of fine liquors. So these are all the different, all the color pages in here are all the different types of Mr. Boston. So they would suggest that you use all the Mr. Boston stuff. And they do have an apricot brandy. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It's in here. Apricot brandy, California brandy, rum. I must have missed it. Must have been right at the front. It's in here, I promise. I promised wrong. I guess it's not in here. Yeah, Mr. Boston's, I believe Mr. Boston's is still making all of their, apricot, we're going to call that one. Apricot nectar. Apricot nectar. Honey smooth, yet rich as old brandy. That's delicious apricot nectar. In every drop of this hearty liquor, you can taste the luscious flavor of fresh picked apricots. 3 other delicious nectars too. Blackberry, peach, and wild cherry. My goodness, what a situation they have going on over there. Yeah, Mr. Boston's was a great producer of booze back in the day. They put together a book in order to sell the booze, and that book actually was a really big help in keeping, for early 2000s, these bartenders, put on the mustache real quick, these bartenders to find ways to make old cocktails. They call it a smash. It's not really a smash. It's more of a punch. So we are going to throw a little bit of Trinidadian bitters in here. We call them Angostura, but they are certainly from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going to put in, what was that, 3 big dashes right there. Whew, my goodness. It smells delicious. I got to say, very excited about this. Coconut Cartel rum, pretty darn good, says Shawnee P. What else do we got? Shipwreck Coconut. Oh, 37% ABV. Not enough. Not enough, in my opinion. Got to get up there. Got to get it up there. Got to get up to 40%. Otherwise, who cares? Okay. This right here is our drink. Normally, this was made in batches. Would we consider this a tiki cocktail? Very difficult to tell. I don't know if we would consider this to be a tiki cocktail. It wasn't really made in the arena of tiki cocktails. I'm starting to get a little bit more of an understanding of what a tiki cocktail actually is. I think a tiki cocktail has to be made in the arena of tiki bars. I wouldn't consider the Blue Bee Bar to be a tiki bar. The Blue Bee Bar is a tropical bar. Same with the Painkiller. I don't know if we can consider the Painkiller a tiki drink. Made at the Soggy Dollar Bar, created at the Soggy Dollar Bar. It wasn't meant to create that faux Polynesian. It was made to actually do what that island was doing. So it's tough to call this a tiki drink. However, I do think that it follows that punch recipe pretty well, the way that I made it. Pretty well. Not exactly, but pretty well. So I don't know if we're going to consider this a tiki drink yet. Let's take a sip of it first to see. Let's give it a big old shake. There we go. Take some of our ice. Let's do it like a gentleman. There we go. Drop that in. And give this a shake. If you want to serve this the correct way, Miss Emily served all her drinks because she was very near the beach. She served them all in plastic cups. We're not going to serve a drink in a plastic cup here. If you want to serve it one step up from there, find yourself a footed Pilsner, something that is like really long and skinny and then has a little foot at the end. That's a great way to serve it. We're not serving like that either way. I couldn't find my footed Pilsner glasses before I came in here. So we are instead going to be serving this over crushed ice in a zombie glass. So let's give this a big old shake. Here we go. What is the best tiki bar in San Diego? I think Forbidden Island. Is that what it's called? Whatever the bar is that's in the back of that other bar, that is a really great tiki bar. Those boys do really good work. I'm sure that there are other great ones, but the best that I've ever been to, I think it's called Forbidden Island or Hidden Island or something about an island and how you shouldn't probably be there. That's what it's called. It's great. It's in the back of another very nice looking restaurant. I never went to that other nice restaurant. I found my way into the tiki bar often. We're going to go ahead and throw in a bunch of crushy ice. We're going to go a little low. I think this is going to be kind of a big drink. We're going to go a little low on this. Then we are going to add crushy ice at the end in order to get the rest of it. We shook a pineapple, so we should have a lot of a foam here at the top. Kind of sounds like a magical potion. Oh, look at this. Oh, we got so close. Come on, foam. You got this, buddy. I believe in you. Ah, how great would that have been? All right, we're going to put a little bit more crushed ice in here. Right there to the top. Gosh, we were like half a scoop away. And there we go. Didn't Miss Emily have another famous drink? I'm sure she did. I didn't get too deep into Miss Emily. Surely Miss Emily would want this in a hollowed pineapple. I don't think Miss Emily ran that way. Miss Emily was she seemed from the stories that I've been reading, pretty no nonsense. And let me tell you something about hollowed pineapples. Nonsense. Full, unadulterated nonsense. I didn't know Miss Emily. Maybe she was all about nonsense. Maybe she woke up in the day, put her shoes on her head, put her pants on her arms, and ran around just completely nonsensical. I gotta say, though, I'm gonna say she liked a plastic cup. She wanted to get that out as quick as possible with very little spillage, very little breakage. And how do you do that? Put it in a plastic cup. We're not a plastic cup type of bar. We're trying to save the earth. You know, turn the lights off after we're done. Sometimes I'd let the thunderstorm go. Let's put a thunderstorm on. Now that I said it, let's go here, and I mean, you know, might as well. What do we got? You got somewhere to be? Oh, you guys might have somewhere to be. I ran a little late today. Okay, let's hit thunderstorm and thunderstorm. There we go. All right, this right here, the fabulous attempt at a Goombay Smash, brought to us by the lovely Emily Cooper, Miss Emily. You gotta love a bartender that has a personal drink, that has a signature drink. You gotta really appreciate a country that then takes that signature drink and makes it the drink of the country. The Blue Bee Bar still stands, and they still on their little doors say, home of the Goombay Punch, the world famous Goombay Punch. We are doing our very best to make this as world famous as we possibly can. Perfect for a rainy day, perfect for a nice sunny beach day. Either way, cheers to you guys. Let's see how we did. Jeez, my lees. That's... Woo-hoo-hoo. That is perfect. Okay. Here's what I'm not noticing a lot of is the apricot brandy. At only half an ounce, it's tough to tell whether apricot brandy is really even necessary in this thing. Let me look for it one more time. Let me smell it, and then we'll look for it. My nose isn't really working today, but it's in there a little. If you're using an apricot flavored brandy, this stuff, and the Here and Walker people, I'm sure they're very nice people. This stuff is not great, right? You don't want to really, I wouldn't drink this by itself. They have a suggestion for 2 parts Here and Walker apricot flavored brandy. They're going to be, that's 2 ounces. Half part lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of sugar, syrup of rice. That's an apricot sour. I have to say, that sounds horrific. I have to say that just, maybe because I've had this bottle for forever, maybe they changed up their recipe. It's better now. The Here and Walker stuff, a lot of those like cheaper flavored brandies, they don't do great. In a drink like this, where it is a minimum amount of the flavor, it adds a little bit of sweetness. It does add a little bit of booziness, it adds a little bit of sweetness. I think that it does have a place in the world of cocktails, especially right here. Let me tell you what I'm really appreciating. Coconut rum. Coconut rum and pineapple usually it's gonna it's gonna give you a pina colada kind of feel, a painkiller kind of feel. But because we're using the coconut rum with the Jamaican rum, with the pineapple, we're getting a very light feeling drink. I feel like if I needed to, and I might need to at some point, if I gotta drink 6 of these, yeah, I'm gonna be a little tipsy. All right. There's no way you're getting the words Blue Bee Bar out of me at that point. It's gonna be the Booby Bar. It's gonna be the Bloomy Bar. It's gonna be all kinds of, all the bad stuff. It's gonna be all the weird words that are coming out of my face. But if I needed to, I could drink 6 of these. You try and give me 2 pina coladas, I'm bloated. I'm gonna look like a whale on the beach. I'm gonna take a nap there. Somebody's gonna push me right back in. No good. That's how you drown. Spectacular. Could do with a little bit more bitters. You want to throw a little bitter. Oh, did Ernie woke up at Booby Bar? Pervert. Pervert up here. My bottle is pretty new. It's not better. All right. Well, all right. Tiki Tom with a definitive word on how Hiram Walker is. Listen, I think that they have a definite place. I know what Hiram Walker is trying to do is they're trying to sell more of their stuff, so they're putting 2 full ounces of Hiram Walker, that stuff. But listen, it's a cheap bar ingredient. Sometimes you need a cheap bar ingredient to just sort of let the whole thing go. To get the whole thing mixed up. We could have gone out and bought some Gifford's apricot or whatever they call it. I'm sure I have some in there. I wanted to use the cheap stuff. I have a feeling that that's what Miss Emily was using. I'm sure she wasn't seeking out the end-all be-all of apricot brandies to throw in here. So, listen, if we're even close on this recipe, I think we pretty much nailed a cocktail. I can see how this has that Bahamian life style. It feels like a tropical vacation, despite the fact that currently it is raining in my bar. Let's go to instead. Let's go to the beach, shall we? I think I have beach on here. Oh yeah. I got seagulls, and I have this. Oh dang! Oh yes. To the beach. We're at the beach now. Oh, let's turn off the. I gotta turn off the thunderstorm. There we go. I should get some waves in here too. I don't think I have any waves. Oh, we'll figure it out. Anyway, not the exact thing because we don't have any idea what the exact thing is, right? We don't. Miss Emily wouldn't tell us what is in a Goombay Smash cocktail. This is a fabulous cocktail, though. So if you get a chance to try this one, try it. Definitely mix up some of those ingredients if you want to put a little bit more rum. I would recommend, I think the coconut rum is good. You can bump up to maybe even floating like a 151 in there. I think you would do well there. But in the meanwhile, really nice. Really, really nice. Well done, Miss Emily. Wherever you are, wherever you've gone, whatever ethereal plane you have found yourself on, hopefully there's a bar there, and hopefully you're making good stuff. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, guys, we have a... Excuse me. Now I have the hiccups. First of all, the sniffles, now the hiccups. This is going to be a rough night. I warned you that we would have kind of a weird week this week. We do have a weird week this week. We are going to be doing cocktails on 2 days that we don't normally do cocktails on. I have my father-in-law coming into town, and great guy, really great guy. I need to entertain him, and so I don't know. I don't think he likes my show. So we're going to entertain him in other ways. We're going to be back here on Friday. All right. So Monday is today. So don't worry about that one anymore. Just write that off your calendar. And then we're going to go to Friday. All right. So we'll have a Friday class and a Saturday class, 2 days right in a row. If if my father-in-law does want to do a show, we might have a little pop-up show. I don't know what the deal is, but definitely Monday and Friday this week, we are going to be doing 3 shows like I keep promising. Monday and Friday, and we'll hang out then. So I will see you guys back here on Friday. I will put that announcement up in the Facebook group. If you have not joined the Facebook group, go ahead and join it. Dr. Cush's Exotic After Hours. Thank you so much for showing up today. And what do we always say? First of all, I think it's important to hear what the seagulls say. I don't speak a lot of seagulls, so I don't know exactly what they say. I have a feeling.
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?
That's what they're asking. And then also...
Bye!
Goodbye. Sorry. Kyle says he will entertain my father-in-law. So this is going to be... he's going to have a lot of fun. I feel like with me and Kyle just doing all the entertainment, I think Jen can take a nap. Okay, until then, as always, guys, what do we always say?
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga? I know you are, but what am I?
Now we know.
Bye!
When did you discover that you were so beautiful?
Yes, but that's not what we're talking about. To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems. Give me your biggest, strongest, cheapest drink.